Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Windham High School, where tonight your Griswold Wolverines are on the road at the Windham Whippets. Well, I'm super loud, Mike. Are you loud?
I am loud.
Yeah. Ooh, that was like
And that's without
super
the
loud.
Kevin will never have hearing aids.
Wow, I'm still loud, Mike. I'm really hot.
I'm like almost all the way off.
Ooh, all right. So alongside me, Kevin Thompson, alongside me, John Harden. Always producing is Mike Minarski, and on the video camera, Mike, don't know his last name. What's his last name?
Mike Neville.
Neville. Thank you, sir. So both teams coming in tonight at 1-3, John, and we're looking at last week where the Griswold Wolverines, they just dominated. It's almost like from the first play of scrimmage, 91-yard scamper by Kessler, and that set the tone, and the game was pretty much over after that.
Yeah, actually, it was a fantastic win for Griswold, especially coming on their homecoming game against Bassick. Yeah, they basically owned that game from whistle to whistle. Picked up their first win of the season, and it was a dominant win at that.
Yeah, and some of my notes from that game, Kessler had 150 yards in the first half, but he and also the quarterback, Cassidy, went out with injuries. They didn't look serious, but, do we have any update on that and if they're playing tonight or where they are in their health?
They are cleared to play. They're actually out there warming up right now. We got Luke Cassidy, Kyle Kessler on the field tonight. One of the things that's helped out Griswold this season has been the 2 bye weeks that they've been able to have. Get the team back healthy. They did make some personnel substitutions that they had made in the Bassick game due to injury, but because of the way that the Griswold Wolverines performed in that game, they have kept some of those assignments, and we'll see those once we get started.
Yeah, and I do see, was that Kyle Montague? He's definitely out, got a boot on his right leg. I believe that's him. So he won't be in there tonight. He was actually playing very well on defense when in the Bassick game. So be interested to see who substitutes for him. One of the good things about a game like that last week is in the fourth quarter, they were able to get some of the younger kids in there, get them some experience. So hopefully in situations like this, when you have some of the starters go down, you'll be able to replace them with people that now have some experience.
Absolutely. That's benefited the Wolverines all season long, has been able to go to their underclassmen, get some of those younger guys with the varsity football experience because of injury and due to the depth of the team. It's not a very large team in numbers, but I would never count them out, and we certainly couldn't count them out against Bassick last week.
So last week, the Whippets were able to pull out a win against East Lyme at East Lyme, 26-23. And it came down to the last play of the game. There was a Hail Mary that was knocked down at about the 10-yard line, and that's how Windham was able to score the win last week. They've actually been averaging more than 20 points a game on offense, even in their losses. So it'll be interesting to see if Griswold's defense can hold them.
Especially because talking to some of the Windham fans here before we came on the air, is they did that primarily on the ground. So they seem to have a very strong ground game, and I don't expect to see anything different this evening.
All right. So both teams are now done warming up. They're going to the sideline. My guess is that in a moment they're going to have the captains come to midfield and do the coin toss. And we'll give you who wins that coin toss and who's going to decide to receive the ball to start the game. In the game against Bassick last week, the kickoffs and the punts were definitely adventurous. Were on both sides. There were a couple of times where I think even the referees were taken a little off guard, and they didn't know whether to throw a penalty or not on the kickoff because did the ball go far enough? There was a whole bunch of things going on with the kickoff. So never miss a dull moment. We are broadcasting from the Griswold Pride broadcast booth and streaming live on YouTube. So go to the SN channel on YouTube, and you can see the game and hear us, the melodious tones of Kevin Thompson and John Harden will be bringing you the game this evening, and we're excited about this. The captains are at midfield. It looks like we got 4 for Windham, and the captain's on the side of. Oh, that was a premature national anthem. No, because they're still at midfield talking about the coin toss. It looks like Windham won the toss, and they decided to receive, from what I'm seeing from the referee. So that'll be good. Sorry, don't want to forget the captains on the on the Griswold side. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we got that information to you. Zach Comfer is one of the captains this year for Griswold. And then number 5, Ryan Palillo is also the second captain this year for Griswold. A couple of seniors. And last week during homecoming, we obviously, made sure we mentioned the seniors, all the seniors on the roster so people could know who their seniors are this year. There will be senior night, obviously, the last home game. We'll make sure they're all recognized as well. Now I think we're going to the national anthem. And there you have it. We're about ready to go. Ready for kickoff. Mike, is that a new scoreboard? It's been a couple years since we've been here, but I don't know if that's a new scoreboard. Yeah, so I think it is because the old one's to our right, the other one's to our left. And they actually have a little bit of a digital screen. And, they had that flag on there waving through, but it doesn't look like they have a real flag, John.
No, there's not a real flagpole with a flag hanging from it. We had a digital flag for the Players National Anthem on looks like the new scoreboard here at Ferrigno Field.
All right. The Hulk has made his appearance here in Windham.
The Hulk? There's been a Hulk sighting?
Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, there we go.
Played the Hulk on the Hulk series on TV. Bill Bixby played Bruce Banner, and Lou Ferrigno took care of the green guy, dude.
Yeah, you didn't want to make him angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
So we
all right.
The Whippets lining up to receive the opening kickoff. Griswold's just broken their huddle. They're ready to kick off. We're about ready to get started with Connecticut High School football. Griswold Wolverines playing the Windham Whippets.
Cameron Stuniski kicks off, and it's down the right side, fielded at about the 35, out of bounds. That was the 25, out of bounds at about the 35.
That was Julian Cruz on the return. It'll be first down and 10 for the Whippets from that start.
That stop for their loss. Looks like it'd be about a yard on the loss there. Nice job by the left side of the line for Griswold.
Just a wall right there at the defensive line, which is one thing that we had not seen in one of the comments that we made last week against Griswold was the penetration that some of the teams have been able to get on that defensive line. But John Dugan coming off the bottom of that pile There was basically the whole left of the defensive side was in on that tackle.
Danny Sims and John Dugan had a really good game last week, both offensively and defensively. All right, 2nd down and 11. Here we go. Windham coming out with a single wide receiver to the left. Turns around, hands it off again, and maybe got a couple out of that. Yeah, about back to the original line of scrimmage, so they'll give him 1.
Yeah, depending on the spot, it looks like no, they're going back to the original there, Kevin.
Original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Whippets.
So the defensive line doing exactly what the defensive line is going to need to do tonight, especially to stop this Windham run game, which we talked about right at the top of this broadcast. Looks like they're going to try to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, 8 in the box here for Griswold. Again, they're in the shotgun here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Man in motion, stops to the left. Rolls out to his right. He's looking to run it. He tries to hurdle somebody, but gets tackled at the 40.
That's Ryan Palillo with the tackle. Keeping that backside contained on the rollout, because if Ryan didn't get him, there was space for the 1st down on that play.
All right. Windham looks like they're going to punt it away here on a 3rd and 5-ish. 3rd and 6.
We got 4th and 6.
4th and 6, my bad. All right, and deep is Kessler. And Kincaid Rubino.
It's going to be exciting to see Kessler and Kincaid. Kincaid had a fantastic game last week.
Gets it away, almost blocked. Rubino fields it, cuts to his left, gets up over the 40, about to the 41 and the flag. It's a flag down on the play. We'll see what happened at the end there.
First flag of the ball game.
All right, we'll see if the referee's going to get in a good line of sight here. Personal foul.
Face mask on Windham.
Yeah. So that's going to be a personal foul face mask. Very rarely do you see the 5-yard face mask anymore. You just don't see that. It's nowadays, as soon as you hit that face mask, they're going to call it a personal foul. It used to be is like if you just touched it but didn't yank, it'd be 5 yards, right?
It's like, how is a referee going to determine intent in the speed of the ball game? So it was like, touch the face mask. There's inadvertent touching.
Don't touch me.
But with the penalty, that takes Griswold into Windham territory. 1st down and 10 from the Whippets.
45. Yep, all right, here we go. First possession here for Griswold. In the shotgun, snaps, turns around, hands it off. That's Kessler over the left side. He gets about 5 or 6. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be right on the 40. 2nd down and 5 here for Griswold. A little different look there, coming out in the shotgun to start.
Yeah, being able to spread that offense out. I think over the last couple of games, Griswold's proved something to themselves, that if they spread out the offense, it gives them some more opportunities. They can go to the passing game, they can do the running game, and then both of them allow the other one to open up.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 5. Cassidy in the shotgun again. Turns around, hands it off to – that looked like Rubino, I believe. That was not Kessler. That looks like it's going to be a couple-yard loss there. No, that was Kessler again.
The tackle was made by Dustin Solinsky for the Whippets. Loss of 2 on the play, 3rd down.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. They have 3rd down and 5 on the board, but that is completely wrong. Oh, they just changed it. There we go.
Maybe they have also tuned in to SNSN Radio live streaming on YouTube and Facebook.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 7 for the Wolverines at the Whippets 42-yard line. Cassidy in the shotgun again. Calls for the snap. Hands it off. Nope. He rolls to his right. He's going to throw it. It's completed into the flat to the right side, and he gets out right about the yard marker down to the 35. That looks like it's going to be a 1st down for the Wolverines.
Aiden Pelletier on the reception does pick up a Griswold 1st down. So Griswold able to have a defensive stand 4 and out for the Whippets. Now on the offensive side of the ball, they're picking up a 1st down and continue to charge down the field.
All right. 1st down and 10 here from the 35. Griswold, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, single back in the formation behind Cassidy. Still in the shotgun. Oh, that's looked like Windham would jump there. Did Griswold move or Windham come into the neutral zone? We're going to get the call here in a moment. They're going to say offsides on the defense. Technically, that's encroachment because they didn't snap the ball. So,
right. And they showed dead ball foul. So it is defensive encroachment. You are correct.
All right, so that'll be 1st and 5 from the 30.
Looks like an official timeout.
I think there's something up with Kessler's uniform. They're sending him off to the sideline. Yep, he's going to have to go out for a play. Is it his helmet? It must have been his helmet. Something was up with his helmet. Did the chin strap maybe not buckle or something like that, and the referee noticed it?
Right. Well, the referee kind of pointed to his chest, so I wasn't exactly sure if he was just indicating uniform issue or what specifically it was, but Kessler did take his helmet off as he was going to the sideline.
All right, so Cassidy in the shotgun again. 1st and 5. He turns around, hands it off over the right side, and that's going to be a loss on that play for a couple or 3 maybe. Looks like 2, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Whippets read that play rather easily, John.
They were right on it. They pursued to it. It's almost like they knew exactly where the handoff was going to occur, and Josh Turner ran into 3 Whippet defenders on the play. For a loss of 2 on the play, but it is still 2nd down.
All right, Kessler is back in the game, so it must have been just a momentary thing. Yeah, it looks like he's playing with his chin strap, so maybe one of the buckles came off or something on his chin strap, so we'll see. Cassidy in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He rolls to his left, gets out to the left-hand side. Oh, broken tackle. Looks like he picked up the 1st down. Nice move there.
Pelletier once again with the reception. Depending on the spot. Doesn't look like he got to the 1st down, but it'll be 3rd down and 1.
Pelletier was definitely the target last week as well for Cassidy when they did pass the ball, which wasn't very often, but they're coming out today throwing it a little bit. Like to see that, mixing it up. 3rd and 1 for the Wolverines.
And I think the shotgun formation for Luke Cassidy to get back there and find those open receivers. He's been able to find Pelletier multiple times.
2 receivers to the left, stacked up. 1 receiver to the right in the slot. Cassidy calls for the ball. Man in motion left to right, and we got a whistle. Looks like it's a false start would be my guess. In this case, that is correct. All right, so it was a false start, so that's going to make it 3rd and 6 when they walk off the penalty.
So KT is all over the penalties tonight. Is it just me, or is this double window kind of playing with your eyes a little bit?
It's playing with my eyes, and it's also not very clean.
True. And we do have the antique phone.
See if Mike can actually use it. I'm gonna fall down to the field. See if the youngest person in the crew can use it.
We will ask.
All right, Cassidy in a shotgun with 2 backs, 1 to his left, 1 behind him in the backfield, and then handoff. That was the lead back. Kessler maybe got 1 or 2
initially.
He did get through the initial contact, but wasn't able to get much there. So that's definitely a gain of about 1 yard. So that's 4th and 5.
But number 3, Pacheco, at the initial contact on the tackle. And then once again, number 20, who's been in on probably most of the Whippets tackles tonight. So it looks like we'll be seeing Dustin Solinsky all night long.
High school football, normally the linebackers are the ones that get the majority of the tackles. All right, here we go. 4th and 5 for the Wolverines. Turns around, pitches it to Kessler. He's trying to get around the corner. He's not going to make it. There is a flag down. So we'll see what that brings. That is on the defensive side of the line. So holding on Griswold.
On the offense.
So I'm assuming the Whippets will decline this and they'll take possession because that was a 4th down and they stopped him. And that's what will be the case. So the ball will turn over on downs.
So the Griswold offensive possession stalls out, and the turnover on downs gives the ball to Windham, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Whippets.
All right, 1st down and 10 for the Whippets on their own.
22.
Looks like 32. 32. Yeah, 32 there. It's about where they started their first drive. All right, they got a double set in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left. Here's the snap. Turns around to hand it off. He pitches it. Little option
on the
pitch.
option to number 12. Oh,
nice tackle.
Lit at the right on the sideline.
That was
Kyle
Kessler.
Putting the punch on Solinsky.
He did gain about 4 there, though, so that'll bring up 2nd and 6.
So Solinsky and Kessler both getting it done on offense and defense.
2nd and 6 at the Whippets 36-yard line. 4:30 here to go in the first quarter. No score. Both teams have had the ball at least once. Whippets on their second possession.
So this may be indicative of what we see all night, KT. Is a hard-fought game, and it may end up to who has possession last in the fourth quarter.
There's a snap. Turns around, hands it off. Going over to the right.
Trying to cut in, nothing going.
That's basically right where the line of scrimmage was.
And Josh Turner was right there to make the tackle.
Lost about a half a yard. So we'll still call it 3rd and 6.
I'm really impressed early on with the Griswold defense tonight. They are really playing tough. They're maintaining their positions, doing their gap assignments, and wherever the Whippets try to run, there's a Wolverine in his way.
So we mentioned John Dugan and Danny Sims. Number 54, Isaiah Heikela, is also on the defensive line, as well as number 50, Zach Confer. All right. Quarterback's under center. Takes a snap. Turns around, hands it over to the left-hand side. Gets a couple, maybe 3, but they're going to stop him there. So that'll bring up 4th down and about 2.
And Gio Malavi was right there to meet him. Been waiting for a couple of teammates to come in and finish off the tackle.
I think Gio is the replacement for Montague. I think that's who's replacing. Because Gio got in the game toward the end last week when the game was relatively out of hand.
Right, because I know we were all asking. I was doing the public address announcement. We didn't have a 22 on our roster.
We did not. I wrote it in.
I did too.
So Molave on the tackle. And the Whippets are going to punt it. Griswold's not really sure they're going to do that, so they're playing normal D.
And it's blocked.
And the ball's rolling to the right. Griswold falls on it at about the 39-yard line.
Ryan Palillo covering up the blocked punt. So getting that penetration, getting in there, getting a hand on the ball. So Griswold will take over. Was that the 39?
39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Again, starting in Whippets territory. They had the ball at the 45 to start their first drive, which stalled out at about the 35.
Yeah, they were able to pick up the first down on Pelletier's reception. They were not able to pick up a second down on their second possession, and the drive stalled, like you said.
All right, they're using the old wing formation again here. Cassidy under center, hands it off to Kessler coming around the left.
Had a big hole to the left side.
Oh, not quite able to pick up the first down, but he looks like he got about 8 on that play, so that'll bring up 2nd and 2.
And Pacheco on the tackle again. So we've got – I'm not even going to try to pronounce that first name.
What do you got?
For Pacheco.
Prince Neal?
Is it Prince Neal?
Prince Neal Pacheco.
And then Dustin Solinsky. So number 3 and number 20 for the Whippets stepping up here early.
All right, here we go. Bunch formation again in the wing. Cassidy under center, turns around, hands it off. This time over the right side, and that's going to be Rubino. Rubino picks up the first down, it looks like. See where the spot is. They're calling it a first down. Referee says, first down. So here we go. First down for the Wolverines. Minute 30 here to go in the first quarter. Still a scoreless ball game.
It's a fantastic ball game. So Griswold able to pick up a first down in the air, able to pick up a first down here in this possession on the ground with Palillo to the right side, coming out of that double wing formation.
All right, here we go. Staying in a double wing again this time. Switching it up on this drive. Cassidy was from the shotgun in the first drive. Hands it off to Kessler coming right to left. He breaks over to left
Oh,
side.
my goodness
First
gracious.
down and more. He's going. He could be. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Griswold. Woo, number 12. Kyle Kessler going off the left side. There was a fantastic block made by the tight end on that side. He just completely collapsed the defensive end of Windham. I believe that was number 86, Andrew Harden, on that block.
Who's he?
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
That's my firstborn child, so I had to make sure I got the props there.
All right, we're going to go. Looks like they're going for one here. Yep, they're going to go for one. Going to go for the extra point. So a 29-yard scamper by Kessler puts Griswold up 6-0 here with 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. All right, here we go. Is the snap? Nope.
No flag.
Somebody faked everyone out on the snap. So was that a false start or was that offside?
It almost looked like it just came running in.
I almost broke into my Howard Cosell impression there as he was running. Griswold Wheeler here, ready to do the extra point. Are they now going for two, John, it looks like, after the penalty? They brought different personnel onto the field.
They did, because it was offsides on the defense on the extra point, so you get half the distance to the goal line. So why not try to punch it in?
They're going for two. Let's see. Doesn't look like he's going to get there. Kessler stopped short, it looked like. I see no hands in the air.
No hands are in there.
Nope,
And it looked like Turner was initially making progress towards the line, and it just closed up, and they started going the other direction. So the extra point is no good. But like you said, 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Griswold's up 6-0 over Windham.
So it looks like there's a break in the action here. 6-0, 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Don't know exactly what they're I guess it's just switching over for the kickoff here. It looked like both teams are called to the sideline, and I didn't think the referees would normally let them do that. I mean, this is as long as a timeout. I would be whistling these guys back onto the field, but that's just me.
You're like, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, because Griswold's back out there, but Windham's still in a huddle. So,
but I'm telling you, this Griswold-Wheeler co-op is really paying off. I mean, Kessler is a Wheeler student that's able to play on this team due to that cooperation between the two schools. And it's really benefited the Wolverines this season.
So, Mike, what was it, 3 years ago? Was it the 19 season?
Yeah.
When they combined?
Yeah, because it was 3 years ago.
19, 20, 21, right? 19 was the first season?
Griswold Wheeler?
Yeah, 19 season is when they combined. Because Wheeler couldn't field the team, and Griswold said, hey, come join us. So, and they did, and it's really benefited Griswold. All right, here's the kickoff. Staniski squibs it down the right-hand side, picked up there, and we're going up to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. He's going down to the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Windham.
Jaden Villafane bringing it all the way back for a Windham touchdown. So Windham answers quickly on the Griswold touchdown with a touchdown of their own.
12 seconds later, at 41 seconds on the clock to go in the first quarter, Windham ties it 6-6. If she's looking for another ball, they'll be able to. They're looking like, I'm not sure if they're doing a 1 or a 2. I don't see a kicker coming onto the field, but
Villa Lane just put it into another gear after he was able to get back past Ethan Frazier, who made initial contact. And when he broke that tackle, he just kicked it up a notch and took it all the way into the end zone for a Windham touchdown.
All right, they are going for 2 here. Man in motion left to right. Quarterback rolls out to his right, throws it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It's good. So that'll put him up 8-6 over Griswold. So the Whippets return volley within 12 seconds. 12 seconds after Griswold had taken the lead 6-0 on the kickoff. Who was it that ran it back, John?
Jaden Villalane, and that's actually who capitalized. He put the period on there with the 2-point conversion. He was the man that went in motion, and then he's the one that received the pass for the 2 points.
So he has 8 points on the night. Griswold had 6. That was 69 yards. He picked it up at the 31 and ran it all the way back.
So right here we go 11 minutes in this first quarter with no score. And now here we go. Now 41 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's 8-6 Windham.
Within 12 seconds, they scored 14 points.
This is going to be a ball game tonight.
If you kind of looked at any of the games that they've played so far, either team, and you looked how they run their offenses and defenses, you figured this was going to be a decent contest. East Lyme certainly not as strong this year as they have been in the past. So that game that Windham had against East Lyme was probably indicative of a similar game here tonight against Griswold. And the kickoff, first one for the Whippets, is deep. Back to the 20, 15-yard line. Rubino brings it up over the 25.
Up. That was a fantastic open field tackle by Windham right there. That's number 11. Montique Custodio with a fantastic open field tackle on Rubino.
All right, so Griswold will start the first time, John, with the ball in their own territory on their own 25. First 2 possessions for Griswold started at the Windham 45 and at the Windham 35. Last one ended up in a Kessler 29-yard TD run. Let's see if Griswold can get at least one playoff here before the end of the first quarter. The clock kicks down. We've got 20 seconds to go here in the first. Oh, and there's a whistle. I don't see a flag. Clock stops at 19 seconds.
Looks like they want to adjust the clock.
31 seconds, I think they're saying, to reset the clock. Oh, I know why. They started the clock, but Griswold hadn't snapped the ball.
Well, you got to wait for them to snap it.
After the kickoff, once the ball's spotted, the clock doesn't start until it's snapped. 36 seconds. Okay. Here we go. 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. Pitch back to Rubino. Or is that Palillo? That was Palillo coming to the right side. Maybe a gain of 1. Looks like it. Well, they've gone inside, they've gone outside. And the only success they've had was that play around the left-hand side. No, they're not giving them a gain at all. So right back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll be 2nd and 10 for Griswold.
Right, there was pursuit on that left side. You had 22 and 42. So 22 being Jaden Villalane, who we've already spoken and scored the touchdown. And then 42 coming from the safety position was Joseph Bartlett, and that is the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter. So we'll switch the field around, and Griswold will now be going from right to left instead of left to right. And we've got 12 minutes to go here till the half. Griswold's trailing 8-6. Again, if you're just joining us, there was no scoring in the first 11 minutes and 7 seconds. Griswold scored with 53 seconds to go up 6-0 on a 29-yard run by Kessler. They missed the 2-point conversion right on the kickoff. They come right back, and Jaden Villalane goes 69 yards for the TD, and he also caught the 2-point conversion. So that's our score, 8-6 Windham.
I want to go ahead and thank some of our sponsors for making it possible for us to be here at Ferrigno Field in Windham. Of course, the Jewett City Savings Bank, all of their branches, they've been always supportive of SNSN Radio. We appreciate the Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. The Burns Agency in Norwich and in Dayville. Check them out on the web, burnsagency.com. You'll buy better at Burns. KT? And oh, by the way, KT, happy birthday to your little girl.
That was yesterday. The big dozen.
I didn't see you.
She finished her dozenth year around the sun.
12 years around the sun. Well, happy birthday, Sydney.
Birthday parties tomorrow. Doing a little apple picking. She's making her own ice cream cake tonight. She loves to bake, and her and Mom are going to make their own ice cream cake tonight. All right, here we go. First, or I should say second and 10 here for Griswold. Cassie drops back, looks over the middle, and batted down. Good play there on defense by number 12. That was Zachary Robinson Smee. I think that's how you pronounce that last name. I'll say that. I'll go with that. Smey. Hey, and if anybody's listening and we're pronouncing anything wrong, put it in the chat for Mike, and we'll correct ourselves.
Absolutely. We definitely want to get the names correct.
Smee. I'm so used to saying Smee because SME in my world is a subject matter expert.
That is.
So I say Smee all the time.
But he's a Smay, and he got the
Smay?
pressure in on Cassidy.
Like Bay, Smay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bay.
Adam Cole. All right, 3rd and 10. Griswold's had 2 chances, and they've gotten Zippo yards on this drive. Cassie drops back. He's going to get pounded.
The ball
out.
comes loose.
Wyndham picks it up.
It's still loose.
Oh, not really sure who has it. I think Griswold got it.
There was an indication of a touchdown, but
they-
the ball came rolling out again. So there may be a discussion between the referees
Yeah,
on
I
this
think they
one.
need to take a look at this one because the ball was bouncing everywhere. I don't think anybody had
We
true
had
possession of that one.
we had our own rendition of the Holy Roller here at Frigno Field.
Dave Casper didn't bat it toward the end zone, though.
No.
As you can tell by the stories that we're telling, for those of you that are watching and listening, we're old.
We're
Because you guys probably don't even know who Dave Casper is.
goes to the post. They've
He was
got
a
the
tight
points
end
on
for the
board.
Raiders in their heydays in the 70s.
So
That's even older, Mike.
well, see, Mike's as old as that phone that's right next to him.
All right, they counted that as a touchdown, John. So that's a touchdown off the fumble by Cassidy for the Whippets. They go up 14-6, 16 ticks into the second quarter. They're going to go for 2 again here. Hand it off to the left. He's going to break outside, and that's a touchdown. Looks like number 26. Tough for me to tell from this
I think
angle.
it was 28.
28, 26.
That'd be Victor
something like that.
Mejia.
Mejia in for the 2-point conversion.
I know that one. I actually served with a Mejia in the Navy. Yeah.
M-E-J-I-A, right?
Meija.
I-J-A. There we go.
Mejia.
We'll be out tomorrow morning. Not quite this far out.
All right, here we go. So Windham, basically, from 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter till 16 seconds ticked off in the second. So that's what? 69 seconds. They've scored 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions to go up by 10, 16-6.
Right. Unfortunately, we're going to have to replay the tape to see who scored that second touchdown.
Yeah, it was such a mad scramble. You could not tell who was at the bottom of that pile.
But one thing we noticed there is the Whippets were able to get some penetration on the Griswold offensive line and put some pressure on the Cassidy.
Yeah, he had no chance on that. As soon as he turned around to start rolling, player was right there and nailed him.
That's just when you tuck and cover the ball and just hope the ground doesn't pop it out.
Kick off to the left-hand side. Picked up there. Brought up to the 30, 35. Looks like it's going to be down there for Rubino. The 35-yard line of Griswold, maybe the 34. Let's see where they spot it. All right.
They'll make it easy right at the 35.
All right, here we go. Griswold with a chance here to get closer. 11:37 to go here in the first half. They're down by 10, 16-6, and all the points have been scored in the last 69 seconds.
Yeah, Windham has 16 unanswered points.
All right, here we go. Shotgun for Cassidy this time. Turns around, hands it off. Over to the right side, Kessler.
That's Kessler trying to find a hole to the
picks
right
up
side.
about 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Wolverines. Ball at their own 38. Actually huddling up, John. You don't see them do that very often. Normally they pretty much have a lot of plays and they'll just keep running, or Cassie will run to the sideline, get a play, and then come back.
Come in. Yeah, it's a little bit too early for a 2-minute offense, so I don't think they're calling multiple plays in the huddle and then picking which one based on the defensive alignment once they come to the line.
Hand off to the left-hand side this time. Kessler's down at the 41, so that'll leave a 3rd and 4.
Windham quarterback is he's out there sitting right behind.
And Jaden Villalane once again coming off the bottom of that tackle. Who's sitting down there, Mike?
Windham quarterback spot. He's right there.
Oh, all right.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 4 here for the Wolverines on their own 41-yard line. Cassidy still in his shotgun. Single back to his right. Another back behind him. 2 wide receivers to the right. He hands it off to Kessler. Penetration, but Kessler shakes it off, trying to get up to the right-hand side for the first down. He makes it up to maybe the 43. He'll be a couple yards short.
Right, Kevin. Looks like it's going to be 4th down and 3 for the Wolverines after Kessler just trying to get to that outside, couldn't find a hole. Windham able to bring him down short of the first down.
All right, and they'll bring out the punter. Turner Joshua is going to punt it away here for the Wolverines. Back deep for Windham. It's number 22, Jaden Villalane. There's the snap. Kicks away. High kick's going to bounce at about the 40. Take a Griswold bounce and be down at about the 38.
So great hang time on Turner's punt, able to get Wolverines down there to down the punt. That was Kincaid Rubino who downed it on the Windham 38.
So the Whippets will start in their own territory at their own 38. 1st and 10. So they scored no points on offense.
No points on offense.
It was a kickoff return and then a fumble recovery for a touchdown. So the special teams and the defense.
Special teams getting it done for the Whippets tonight so far.
All right, here we go. Windham in a 2-back set. Wide receiver out to the left. There's a snap, turns around, hands it off. Villalane over to the left-hand side, picks up a couple. Looks like they'll give him 2. And that'll be 2nd down and 8.
From the 40. It is the 40. So I'm looking through the double
It is the 40,
now.
yes.
So we've got bug splatters and fingerprint. I may try to find some window cleaner at halftime.
I'm tempted to put Mike in the middle because he doesn't really need to watch the game.
No. He's like, my view's perfect. What are you talking about?
Because I'm now standing in the doorway so I can see. All right, here we go. 2nd and 8 from the 40. Whippets turn around, hand it off over to the left-hand side. Nice tackle. Breaking in there.
That was Dustin Solinsky on that carry.
Solinsky on the carry, and that was Joshua.
If you remember, Josh was with you.
On the tackle. Josh was with me?
Josh George.
Yes.
And he was in the door frame, too.
You can't see.
You can't. When the ball gets past the 50, I almost get in Mike's lap.
Thankfully, it's a nice night, right?
It's a gorgeous night for football right now. It's bolted in.
And it only slides one way. So here we go. 3rd and 10. Back deep. He overthrows the receiver. Solinsky, who was open. He had a step or two. but he overthrows him, so that'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Whippets, and they'll probably punt it away here.
Yeah, he was getting pressure from Zach Comfer and another Wolverine on that. He actually took a hit just as he was releasing the ball. But the pass.
As they say, when you're younger, you don't understand touch when you're throwing, right? He just needs to put a little bit more air under that so his receiver could run under it. But he's got an arm. I mean, that was a good throw. Wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that again. All right, here's the snap, and the punt is away this time. No block. It's short. It's going to bounce at about the 40 and roll out of bounds at the 37 of the Wolverines.
So Griswold taking possession on their side of the field again. This is the 3rd time we've had to move the ball from our side of the 50-yard line. And it hasn't worked out in our favor. So let's see if Griswold.
The ball is spotted right between the 37 and 38. 7:19 to go here in the first half. Windham 16 and the Wolverines 6. Windham has scored all their points on special teams and defense. Griswold scored on a 29-yard scamper by Kessler. 2-point conversion failed. So that's how we have the score. Windham converted both of their 2-point conversions. All right, here we go. Cassidy in the shotgun again, single back. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 offset to the left as he motions to the right. Hand off to Kessler over the right-hand side.
Cuts back in.
He gets about 3 on that. 2 or 3. See if they give him the 40. They do. They give him the 40.
It is amazing how fast Kessler gets up to speed. He takes a couple of steps, and he's at full speed. And then he tried to cut back into the inside right there. And Windham able to stop him right at the 40. That is the
difference between quickness and speed.
Correct.
Quick people, your first step is almost you're instantly at full speed. All right, here we go. 2nd, and we'll call it 8 for the Wolverines. Same set as the last play. 2 receivers to the right, 1 offset to the left. In motion, left to right. Oh, the handoff was missed. Now Cassidy's running it. He makes some positive yardage out of a broken play. He'll pick up about 3, so that'll leave about 3rd and 5 or 6 here for the Wolverines.
Smart play by the freshman quarterback there. He got a busted play, kept his head about him, able to get some positive yardage.
Yeah, we're going to call it 3rd and 6. I thought he actually, he went into a slide, so that's why they gave him back 1 yard, pulled him back 1 yard. I keep forgetting that in high school and college. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6 for the Wolverines. Trips to the right. Excuse me. For Cassidy. 1 receiver to the left. Gets it over to the right-hand side. That'll be a throw. Oh, no, dropped.
Had a receiver open right across the 50-yard line.
That was Peltier.
That was Pelletier once again.
Yep.
Number 9's number getting drawn up, not able to hold on to that pass. Brings up 4th down.
Here we go. 4th and 6, and they're going to punt it away. Joshua in the game again to boot it. 5:30 left to go here in the first half. Wolverines down by 10, 16-6. It's a snap. Punts away. Another good one off to the left. Fielded by Villa Lane at about his 45, and he breaks it. Oh, and it goes down on the spin at the Wolverines' 40. So he went to about the 40 to the 40, so that'll be a 20-yard return for Villa Lane.
So, Kevin, we have some sports updates here. Looks like Killingley, after the first quarter, is ahead 34-0. Who are they playing?
No surprise there. Killingley was ranked number 10 in the state. Not in Class M. Number 10 in the state this week.
So that was Emmanuel Vasquez on that return that brought it into Griswold territory.
I thought that was Villa Lane. Sorry, my bad. All right, here we go. Windham. 2-back set Turn around, hand off to Villa Lane. Villa Lane going over to his left side. Oh,
Found
he
a
picks up
hole.
a bunch, and there's a saving tackle.
The ball's on the ground.
And that is a fumble recovered by Griswold.
That is an excellent break for the Wolverines right there. Villa Lane was bringing it down inside the 20-yard line. Tackle was made. The ball popped loose.
Oh,
now they're
with
changing it. So they must have said he was down.
That ball was coming loose. There's no way that's a bad call.
Yeah, because the Wolverines were initially saying our ball, and the referee even indicated.
Both officials on this side and the opposite side indicated it was going the other way. And then the referee came in, conferenced with everybody, and they're like, no, it's Windham's ball.
Right.
All right, Windham at the
Montville.
20.
Killenly's ahead 34-0 over Montville after the first quarter.
Oh. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Whippets. There's a snap. Rolling out to his right. Dumps it into the flat, and that's Villa Lane on the catch, and he'll pick up about 9 on that catch.
And Aiden Pelletier on the tackle. So Griswold Wheeler will be facing Montville here in a couple of weeks. So trying to keep eyes on this ball game because we got Killenly. What, next week?
Next week. Friday night under the lights at Griswold. Killenly, with no mascot or nickname, will be coming to Griswold. Wheeler to play the Wolverines. All right, here we go. 2nd and 1 for the Whippets. It's a snap. Quarterback keeper
going right up the middle.
He's not just going trying to get the first down. He's trying to go all the way. He gets stopped at about the 2.
And that was 12. That was Zachary Robinson Smay.
Say hey, it's Smay.
Say hey, Smay. On the quarterback, calls his own number and takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. It's now 1st and goal for Windham.
1st and goal from the 2 here for the Whippets. 3:36 to go here in the first half. Windham up by 10, 16-6. There's a snap. Quarterback keeper. Doesn't look like he got there. Looks like he's short.
Yes, May looked like he just tried to fall off his center's left shoulder. But Griswold able to stop and brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Ledyard and Stonington are scoreless. So we're starting to get some other local sports.
There's a whistle from the referee. Looks like there's a timeout, and that'll be a timeout for Windham, their first. 3 minutes and 2 seconds here to go in the first half, and it's 16-6. Windham is ahead by 10.
Interesting timeout by Windham here. They're ahead by 10 points. There's 3:02 left in the first half. They're like on the 1-yard line. You know,
my guess is they're just trying to get the right play so that they don't miss this opportunity to go up by 3 scores.
Just widen the gap going into the second half. Could be, or maybe it's one of those breather timeouts. You know, this has been a pretty quick ball game. Even with the penalties that we have had in this ball game, it's gone by pretty quick.
First quarter certainly seemed to take a little bit longer because it was back and forth, no scoring. And then once Griswold scored 53 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, nothing happened in the first 11 minutes of the ball game. And then the score started happening with the Griswold getting on the board first. And then Windham scoring 16 unanswered and knocking on the door for another.
All right, here we go. Coming out of the timeout. Referee blows the whistle. We're ready to go. Bunch formation here for Windham.
Lane trying to get
the
through
outside to get it in, and he does. Touchdown, Whippets. 2:57 to go in the first half. They go up by 16, 22-6.
So Bill Lane taking the direct snap, bringing it in, getting across the goal line.
I think that was Smay.
Was it Smay? I thought it was 22.
No, I think the quarterback took it in. All right. They're going for one this time. Interesting. Smays to the holder. We put it down. Kick is up. And it's good.
That was an excellent kick by Windham right there.
I'm trying to get the number. I think it's number 2, but nope, 15. 15 was the kicker.
That's Chase Collins. He's a sophomore. Has a pretty decent leg.
Yeah, that was no doubt about that one. 23-6, 2:57 here to go in the first half. Griswold trails by 17. See if they can answer here, John. Put some more points on the board before halftime.
They have to. You know, Griswold came out, got the first 6 points on the board. Then the offense hasn't done anything since. They definitely want to go into halftime, at least cutting this lead by at least another touchdown going into the second half.
All right, here we go. Kickoff is about ready. And it's away. Down the middle. Oh, there's whistles everywhere.
On the kick.
Offside. Yep, offside on the kickoff. They make what looks like a false start motion when they make that call, so it's a little deceiving, but it is actually offside. I guess they don't like using the same signal for offside for the offense and defense. Essentially what it is one of the defenders that's running down actually crosses the ball
before
it's kicked. So crosses that yard line where the ball is before the ball is kicked. And here we go. Try number 2. Move back 5 yards to the 35. And it's away again, down the middle. This time, Kessler's going to get it. He's up to the 40, 45. Breaks
still
to the
on
left,
his
50.
feet.
45 at Windham, and he's brought down at the 44 of the Whippets. Good kickoff return there by Kessler. That'll give him 26 yards on that return and put the Wolverines in Windham territory.
Kessler actually had to slow it up a little bit, let his blockers get on their blocks before he started to turn on the jets. Started bringing it up right up the middle, then kind of slowed it down a little bit, got the Wolverines on their blocks, and then turned it back on again.
Did you see the official move the ball back there?
He did. He moved it back to the
moved it
45.
back like a yard. What is going on here? All right, 2:46, 23-6, Windham up by 17. Griswold with the ball, chance to cut the lead. Kessler fumbles it, but jumps back on it. That'll be a loss of about a half a yard. So there's been some miscues here on the handoffs.
Some missed handoffs here this evening so far. Kessler able to fall back on it. Does lose a little bit, maybe half a yard on the play.
Well, we'll still call it 2nd and 10. All right, Cassidy comes back to the huddle with the play. Clock's ticking down. You were talking about a 2-minute offense, and it's almost 2 minutes to go. So should be playing a little bit of hurry up here.
They got to break out of that faster, get to that line. Time is of the essence now, especially if you want to get into that end zone before halftime.
Turn it around, hand it off to Kessler on the left, and they stop him for a 2-yard loss in that case. And there's going to be a timeout here, it looks like.
Trying to get the number. It looked like it may have been 28 that made that tackle. And if so, that would be Victor Mejia.
Timeout Griswold. That's their first.
So smart timeout by Griswold. Didn't quite understand the Windham timeout, but it worked out in their favor. They were able to get into the end zone. But this timeout with Griswold, 1:45 left. They've got to get to that line, and they've got to get these plays off.
Well, after a good return on the kickoff by Kessler, they're going backward. So that's not a good sign.
And that's without the umpire's help.
So we'll see what coaching staff's going to cook up here for the Wolverines.
But, Kevin, that was one thing when I played is we would, in this situation, 2-minute offense, just like I said, we would call multiple plays in the huddle. And then when we got to the line, hustled to the line, we would look at the defensive alignment, and then they would make the call. The quarterback would make the play call at the line. And then we would
call the play that suits the defensive alignment. So then once you're in the play, you're hoping that
we would just stay right there and call those plays from the line. And if we had to huddle back up, then, of course, you would use your timeouts, and Griswold still has 2.
Well, I hope that's what they were doing. They called multiple plays. Obviously, you need a good chunk of yardage here to make your 4th down because you're going to go for it. Your 4th down play palatable if you don't get the first down. All right, here we go. 3rd and 12 here from the Windham 47. Wolverines with $1:45 to go here in the second quarter. Here's the throw by Cassidy. It's up in the air, up for grabs, intercepted by Windham. Can't see the number. That looks like Villa Lane. He's been all over the place.
I'm telling you, 22, he is a playmaker for this Whippets ball team right here.
That's the one thing you didn't want to see was a turnover, giving it right back to Windham with 2 timeouts and 1:38 to go here in the first half, up by 17.
Yeah, that's the worst outcome on that play call.
All right, they have it at their own 30. They do have 2 timeouts. They did take one earlier. 1:38 on the clock. Let's see what they're going to do here. Now, we have seen Smay throw it a couple times. He has a good arm. We'll see if they try to go down the field to take up a good chunk of yards here on the first down. There's the snap. Turns around. He's rolling to his right.
Going to his left. Had the receiver.
And he threw it behind Solinsky. Went off his helmet. Incomplete.
And Pelletier, they're able to help on the breakup. So Pelletier having quite a ball game this evening in the first half.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Whippets. 1:34 to go here in the first half. 23-6. Wolverines trail by 17. All right, Smay under center. Takes the snap, turns around, hands it off over the right side. That's Solinsky. Solinsky for 4 or 5, gets dragged down there. They're going to give him up to the 35.
So Ryan Palillo just holding on for dear life to bring Solinsky down.
Solinsky looks like he's a decent
Ledyard at Stonington. What do we have? 6-0 Ledyard over Stonington.
So Solinsky, 6 feet, 190.
6 feet, 190.
He's a decent sized kid for this conference. So bringing him down could present its challenges. All right, here we go. Smay under center again. Motion Solinsky around the backs. There's a hand up to Villa Lane. He breaks 1 tackle, but not the second. Rubino in there to bring him down after a gain of about 1, and Wyndham's going to take their 2nd timeout. Oh, no, Griswold's going to take a timeout.
Griswold took the timeout.
I thought that was going to be Wyndham. 34 seconds to go. Griswold takes a timeout. Now to bring up 4th down and 5. So Griswold had a chance to get the ball back here.
Right. Danny Sims hoping he had that play to play over again. He had him back. And they were able to break through. But it's a smart call by Griswold here. On 4th down, if you can get the hold, get the turnover on downs, it does still leave you time on the clock to hopefully get into that end zone.
I wonder with this if Windham will just punt it away. Because Griswold, even if Griswold gets the ball,
there's not enough
return
time
it for a
right.
touchdown. They only have 1 timeout left in 34 seconds. So
1, maybe even 2 plays to bring it back down the length of the field.
All right, here we go. 4th down. They're going to punt it away. Kicks away. Oh, it's a good one. Driving Rubino back. That'll go out of bounds at about the 31. 29.
29.
The guy on the opposite side's got it at the 31. This guy on the near side's got it at the 29.
Right. So split the difference. Ball at the 30. So 28 seconds for Griswold to get another touchdown before they go into the halftime.
All right, they're walking back. We missed a penalty, perhaps. Yes, there is a flag on the way far side of the field, John, over by the 30. I would make him re-kick it here.
Absolutely re-kick it here. I'll have to take your word for it on the flag. It looks like the flag was behind the remnants of what used to be a flying insect.
There is a yellow hanky down there. He's picking it up now. Still haven't seen the call. It's against Griswold.
No, it's going back. What was the call?
I don't know. Let's see if we're going to get it now. Illegal shift on Windham.
So maybe they took it.
It's going to be assessed after
on the play.
That makes no sense. It's if an illegal shift, it happens before the ball's kicked.
Right.
So why would you not bring it back and make them re-kick it?
Interesting.
All right, so they have it at the 34. They get 5 more yards out of that. Let's see if they take a couple shots deep. And that didn't work out so well for them last time, though. So
it did not.
All right, 23-6, 28 seconds to go in the first half. Griswold with a chance to maybe put some points on the board before halftime. Cassidy calls for the snap, drops back. It's a delayed handoff.
Snap.
Kessler running out to the left-hand side. He gets out of bounds.
Heading for the sideline, was able to get there.
Yeah, he didn't pick up a first down, but he got out of bounds with 22 seconds left to go.
And Monique Castillo.
So that's what they used to call a draw in our day.
Right, a draw play. Now it's a delayed handoff.
All right, 2nd and 3 here for the Wolverines at their own 41. Rubino and Cassidy talking something over. Got to get the ball away here, John. I know the clock's not running, but the
play clock
is running. Fortunately, you don't have that in high school. In most places, you don't have a clock you can look at. Cassidy going out to the left side and then dropped by Rubino, I want to say. Maybe Peltier. That's Rubino. That was Rubino. All right, so it'll be 3rd and 3. That was Palillo. Thank you, Mike. I couldn't see the number clearly.
But the problem here with these play calls by Griswold right now is they're taking a lot of time off the clock. It's taking a lot of time for these plays to develop. You've got a long distance to go and a short time to get there. So we need the Bandit and the Snowman to get us there.
Again, we're showing our age. All right, here we go. Wolverine snapping the ball. Cassidy back in the shotgun. Gets it to the near side here. Rubino trying to get out of bounds and stop the clock. He does. Does he get the first down?
They do stop the clock.
Stop the clock, but I think he's a little short. Nope, they're giving it to him. They're giving him the first down. That doesn't really matter at this point. 10 seconds to go, 23-6.
Yeah, first downs are great, but we need touchdowns.
Whippets with a 17-point lead. I got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Jerry Reed, eastbound and down.
God rest his soul. Eastbound and down.
Guitar man.
Trucking. All right, here we go. Cassidy in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Got some pressure.
Steps up.
Looks like he's gonna go down here.
Oh,
for the sack.
no. For
3
a second
seconds
there, it
to
looked
go.
like he was going to try to hand it off to Kessler, and I'm like, no, just take it down with you.
Why did they stop the clock?
We have a timeout.
Timeout. Timeout, Griswold. 3 seconds to go. 23-6. Whippets with the 17-point lead.
So I
over the
think everybody in
Wolverines.
Ferrigno Field knows exactly where this play is going to go when we come out of this. This timeout here to stop the clock, 3 seconds. Griswold has one opportunity, one play to get a touchdown and cut into this Windham lead.
I don't think Cassidy has the arm for a Hail Mary.
No.
And after what I just saw, I'm having him kneel. That's what I'm doing. Who remembers the name of the dog in Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, that sat in the cab?
Yeah.
No. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm drawing a blank. I can see the dog.
I had my kids watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
When they were doing a thing when Burt Reynolds died. So I had them watch that movie. And they were like, so what's this movie about?
It's funny if you actually, a lot of people don't know what the plot of that movie was.
It's essentially about gambling. All right, here we go. That'll be 2.5 a mile. 3 seconds to go here in the first half. And they're going,
there is a
there's
flag.
Cassidy's not even going to get it away.
Couldn't find a
He gets
receiver and
sacked.
goes down, but we do have a flag.
2 sacks in a row for Cassidy, but there is a flag in the play. If it's on the defense, nope, it's on the offense. So that'll do it for the first half. False start on Griswold. So with 000s on the clock, Windham will go to the locker room to the 17-point, 23-6 lead. And you're listening to Griswold Wheeler Football on SNSN.
So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of our sponsors once again that make the whole thing tick here at SNSN. We already talked about the Jewett City Savings Bank. And, of course, the Burns Agency. How about Griswold Pride? Griswold Pride, we always broadcast from the Griswold Pride broadcast booth. GriswoldPride.org. Pride stands for the Partnership to Reduce the Influence of Drugs for Everyone. That's Griswold Pride. Don't forget, tomorrow is the last day of Red Ribbon Week, which is all about being drug-free. It's the National DEA Drug Take-Back Day. That is tomorrow. It's going to be from 10 to 2 at Griswold, or I should say Griswold Town Hall, 28 Main Street in Jewett City. So what will happen is if you have any expired or unused medications that you just want to dispose of, simply bring them down to the Drug Take-Back Day. It's a simple drive-through procedure. You don't even have to get out of your car. One of the agents will hand them off to a state police trooper and send it off for proper disposal. So that's the Drug Take-Back Day. It's a national event, and that's tomorrow from 10 to 2 at Griswold Town Hall. Griswold Dental on Slater Avenue in Griswold. Dr. K and his entire team makes it very easy for you to get everything done that you want to get done. Dr. K, he doesn't have staff, by the way. He has a team. And go down there to Griswold Dental to find why they will make you smile. That's 860-376-2624. Griswold Dental in Jewett City on Slater Avenue. All right, we'll be back in about 13 and a half minutes for the second half of play. Griswold down right now to Windham by the score of 23-6. KT and Mike Air Neville to start off the third quarter. I should say John Harden's going to get a little bit of a breather. And we'll be back with that right here on SNSN.
Welcome back here to Windham High School. Ready for the second half. About 10 seconds to go till kickoff for the second half. Wolverines trailing 23-6. In that first half, Wolverines got on the board first on a 29-yard scamper by Kessler with 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And then within the next 69 seconds, Windham came right back and scored 16 unanswered points. And then by the end of the first quarter, it was 16-6. And with about 2:57 left to go in the first half, they did a little quarterback run around the right side. Smay for Whippet, 1-yard TD run. Extra point was good. On the two previous touchdowns for Windham, they did 2-point conversions. So that made it 23-6. And we've got a new color man on the mic. It's Mike on the mic.
It's good to be here, boys. Good to be back. Our friend Dracula is not present tonight, though. Such a shame.
Vlad Dracul. All right, so we're about ready for the kickoff. So Windham got it in the first half, so the Wolverines will get it in the second half and see if they can put some points on the board early and make this a ball game.
And, I'm really hoping to see some more smash-mouth football by the Wolverines defense. They've done a very exceptional job throughout this game. Only ran into some trouble during the kickoffs where they allowed one score to go across for a touchdown, made a stop at the next one. But I'd like to see them stop that. I mean, if they want to continue to be successful in this game, they got to put those to a halt.
Yeah, so if you counted the points scored by the offense for each team, it'd be 7-6. As Mike was just alluding to, the first score for Windham was on a kickoff return. The second was on a fumble recovery. All right, we're about ready to roll. Whippets to kick off to the Wolverines. There's too many W's in this game. All right, and the kickoff down the middle, picked up by Kessler on the bounce. He's going to go right side. He's up to the 40, 45, down to the 48. Sorry, that was Rubino. My bad. Normally Kessler's on the right-hand side. That threw me off.
I thought the same thing, actually. I thought that was Kessler as well. Rubino getting a great run-in, going past the defenders, breaking 2 tackles, it looked like.
All right, so they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 48. Good field position. Maybe they can get some points to the board here. Put some pressure on Windham.
And in the last few minutes of the fourth quarter, we saw the quarterback, I believe it was
Smay.
Luke Cassidy for us.
Oh, for us, Cassidy, yeah.
Got the ball in the air.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's something that they might do again. You know how I feel about getting the ball in the air.
All right, here we go. Power I. Hands off to Kessler. He's into Windham territory down to the 44. So that'll be a 7-8 yard gain to bring up 2nd and 2.
And Kessler's been carrying this Wolverines offense on his back, essentially, breaking tackles left and right. We've also seen him make a few tackles on defense. So our friend Kessler has been doing it all tonight.
All right. Cassidy comes back with the play from the sideline. 2nd and 2 here. See what they want to do. All right, they did not run this power I formation at all in the first half. So it's interesting they're coming out a little bit different look here in the second half. Hand off to Kessler over the right side. He's trying to battle for the first down. I don't think he's going to get it. Looks like he only got about 1 or 2 on that.
Kessler with a nice juke on the play. It looks like the Windham Whippets defense is starting to pick up on just how powerful Kessler has been this game, making a quick stop, preventing him from scoring a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. Didn't give him any gain on that play. There's been some spotty spots.
There has
in
been.
This game.
There has been.
I mean, I literally watched the umpire move the ball back a yard one time. All right, here we go. Griswold 3rd and 2. Just started the second half here, about a minute and a half in. Turns around, hands it off inside. That's Palillo. He gets a nice gain all the way down inside the 40 to about the 37. First down, Wolverines.
And it looked like the handoff from Cassidy to Palillo kind of messed up the Whippets defense a little bit. It looks like they were expecting the ball to go to Kessler once again, but a nice call by the coaching staff with the Wolverines to screw them up.
Did look like the Windham defense was a little confused there, which is okay because that's what you want to do. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the Whippets 37-yard line. Staying with that power eye. And here we go. Turns around, hands it off to Kessler. He's over the right side. Cuts it back up, gets in, spins, and inside the 30. He'll be down at the 28, 29. See where they spot it, the 29. Another good run there, so that'll bring up second and about 3.
Kessler once again showing true Griswold grit.
This formation seems to be working for him for the time being. Cassidy running back to the huddle with the play. Just about 3 minutes ticked away here in the third quarter. We always say in high school football, if you get it within 2 scores, it's a game. Because you never know how quickly things can happen in high school football. All right, here we go. Cassidy under center. Still got the I formation. Oh, Windham jumps. Were they pulled off, or was it encroachment on the defense?
It looks like it might have been encroachment on the defense there.
That's correct. That'll be a first down.
If so, that is the Whippets' third on the game, I believe.
I believe that's correct. They had one right away. First drive, Griswold. Again, the first drive Griswold had in the first half. All right, so that moves the ball inside the 25 to the 24 for Griswold.
And a game of patience here for Griswold, waiting to strike.
Always got to love the first down by penalty. Staying with the same formation, Cassidy under center. In motion right to left. They're going to pitch it back to Kessler. Kessler trying to get outside. He got there, gained maybe a yard or 2. We'll see what they give him. It's about a yard, so it'll bring up 2nd and 9. All right, here we go. 2nd and 9. Wolverines break the huddle. Seems to be a little bit of confusion, repositioning people. Cassidy and Kessler trying to point people in the right direction. In motion right to left. Kessler, they give it up to middle. And that'll be a nice gain down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
And I thought he had more room than he actually did on that last play. It looked like he had a slight chance to have a breakaway for about 2 to 3 seconds, but the Whippets defense being stalwart to prevent a 1st and goal.
3rd down and 4 here for the Wolverines. Nice drive opening the second half. Just under 7 minutes here to go in the third quarter. They trail by 17, but punching it in here would certainly make it interesting. Pitch back to Kessler again on the right-hand side. He doesn't have much there. The Villa Lane brings him down. I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
It looks like that was Josh Turner with the carry. Looks like he tried to hurdle 2 defenders on that last play.
Now we got somebody from Griswold bent over here.
Looks like
it's Turner.
And you have to wonder what the Wolverines are going to decide to do with this next play. I say you have
there was a holding call there. So they walked it back 10 yards. So now it's 3rd and about 14.
You have to wonder what the Wolverines offense is going to come up now for a game plan. Are they going to get it in the air, get the wide receivers, tight ends involved? Are they going to continue to go on the ground with Kessler? We're about to find out. And it looks like we're going to keep it on the ground.
Wing formation here. Palillo in motion. Fake it to him. Cassidy rolls to his right. He gets it in the air. Nice catch. And it's out of bounds. I believe inside the 20. It looks like they got back to the line of scrimmage from where they were before the penalty. So that'll bring up 4th and 4. Nice catch there by Andrew Harden. Who's that guy?
I think that was Jacob Hamill, actually, that caught that.
Was it 86 or 88?
88, I believe it was. It's hard to
88.
tell, though.
Okay. Hamill. Even Andrew's dad saying I was wrong. All right, here we go. 4th and about 4 for the Wolverines here.
One good play in the air. You have to wonder if they're going to go back to it again. Looks like it screwed up the Whippets defense on that, who were expecting a run.
All right, here we go. Single back, bunch formation. They pitch it out to Rubino on the left. He's trying to go all the way outside. Looks like he's got the first down. We'll see where they spot it. Definitely inside the 15-yard line. And, yep, they're saying it's a first down.
And, you know, I thought the Whippets defense got very lucky there. It looked like their center might have moved forward before the play started. So looks like the Whippets got very lucky with a call going their way, even though it is a 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. First down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Wolverines have chewed up almost 7 minutes in this drive here in the third quarter. Single back, motion right to left. Handoff. Looks like there's a fumble. Looks like Windham's on it. That's the case. The Whippets will take the ball on a turnover. Not really sure if that was a poor exchange there or if it just popped out. But I believe that was Palillo that put the ball on the turf.
Yeah, it looks like it was a false turnover from Luke Cassidy trying to get the ball to Palillo. A little bit of miscommunication led to a turnover.
They definitely had that a few times tonight on the handoffs.
So a big break for the Whippets.
So Windham will take over at their own 14. Just about 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and they have a 17-point, 23-6 lead. Smay motions. Villa Lane takes the snap. Run up the middle. Not much there. Basically got back to the line of scrimmage.
And a nice stop by the Wolverines defense, who has been stalwart this entire game from close range.
Yeah, neither team really able to run it between the tackles tonight. Windham's going to take their time. They're in no hurry. Time is on their side. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10 in the shotgun. Smay takes the snap, hands it off inside. Around the side is Solinsky. Solinsky bangs in to one defender who takes him down. Picked up about 3 on that, so it'll be 3rd and 7.
And it looks like that was Kessler with the tackle. Like a battering ram going into the Whippets offensive running back.
All right, here we go. We got 3rd down, I should say, and about 7. Bay's going to take the snap from under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Wide receiver to the left, motioning to the right. Pitches it out to the right-hand side. Villa Lane's got it. He spins. Oh, and he could be gone. He could go all the way. 10-5, touchdown, Whippets.
And Jaden Villafane with a spin move that allowed him to get some extra yards, making it an easy touchdown for the Whippets.
And he had that 69-yard kickoff return for the touchdown. And that's a pass play right there. that goes for 83 yards.
So the Wolverines, once again, a tough break, tough shed of luck that allowed a touchdown to be scored by the Whippets.
All right, looks like they're going for one here. 29-6. Whippets with the lead.
And the kick
It's
will
good.
be good, right down the middle.
Kick is good. So that'll make it 30-6. Wolverines have had their chances. They've turned the ball over twice. And on those turnovers, have been 2 touchdowns scored off of that. One immediately on the fumble recovery. And now here, they turn the ball over again as they're driving, looking like they're going to go in for a score. And Windham turns it around with an 83-yard touchdown pass from Smay to Villa Lane to take a 30-6 lead.
And both turnovers that occurred, one was on the Griswold's field goal area, and the other one was in the Whippets field goal area.
Yeah, both in the red zone for each side there. All right, Griswold will get it back. Let's see if they can do something quick here to potentially put themselves in good position to make a heck of a comeback in the fourth quarter. Came into this game thinking these teams would be evenly matched based on their season so far. But when you have turnovers and big plays on special teams like Windham has, it's definitely contributed to their big lead here. Kickoff down on the left-hand side. Kessler picks it up on the bounce. That's Rubino again. He gets up to the 40, 45. He's dragged down at the 50. It's up to midfield. Another good return by Rubino.
And the Wolverines offense continuing to have good runs right off the kickoff. Each time it seems that they've been getting to half field. So a great run by Rubino on that last play.
They've had decent field position for most of the night. Just haven't been able to punch it in except for that one time. And this is something that John and I were talking about in the first half, Mike. It's like you were on the sideline. You had all this time to talk, and Cassidy's still over there getting a play, and then he jogs to the huddle. It's like those plays should already be there. You're just wasting time when you're doing this. And I know the clock's not running, but you got to pick up the pace here. You're down by 24 points.
And it looks like that they're just planning strategy play by play, which isn't a bad strategy when you think about it. Just instead of plan ahead, plan for the play that's going to happen next, because planning ahead could ultimately cause for a turnover, which we've seen many times today in the game. Tonight, rather.
All right, here we go. First and 10 from the 50. That power I formation again. Here we go. The handoff to Kessler. Kessler over the right-hand side. He gets outside. He could go all the way. Here he goes. He's down inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Griswold.
Kessler, I have never been prouder. What a run by Mr. Kessler to score Griswold's second touchdown of the night. But there is a flag on the play.
A flag back at blocking the back on Griswold. That's at the 25-yard line. I'm not sure where it happened. I believe that's a spot foul, so they still may get a first down out of this, but it's not a touchdown.
And another tough break for the Wolverines. Seems to be a common thing that's been happening all night.
It is a first down. It'll be first down at the 26 for the Wolverines. So they'll give them 24 yards on that run for Kessler. I did not see the flag or the block. So I'll be honest with you, I was watching Kessler go all the way. So I cannot tell you whether or not that was a good call or a bad call. Didn't even see the play, didn't see the flag.
And, the calls have been questionable all night. That is safe to say.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 at the 26 for the Wolverines. Hand off to Kessler up the middle. He gets down for about 2 more yards. Maybe 3. We'll give him 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7.
Luke Cassidy returns to the huddle.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 7. Cassidy under center, high formation. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. 30-6, Windham leading the game. Inside handoff, Rubino breaks a tackle, but still brought down a couple yards short. But there's a flag at the end. Was there a face mask?
It looks like it was a clear face mask from up here.
Oh, blow to the head. They're actually saying blow to the head. Personal foul. Oh, face mask. Initially, he put his fist to his head, so I thought he was calling a blow to the head.
It looked like it was 4-on-1 there. The Whippets defenders smashing. It looks like it was Rubino right there.
It was Rubino, yes. All right, so they're going to walk this one down all the way to the 10, I think. 13. All right, 13-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 13 for the Wolverines.
That's exactly where they were last time.
So let's hope this turns out better this time, as they're in the red zone again. All right, here we go. Cassidy under center, takes the snap, turns around, hands it off to Kessler over the right side. He gets inside the 10.
It looks like it's going to be just short.
I think he got all the way down to the 5. So it'll bring up second, I should say, and 2. They can get a 1st down before the touchdown, so they have a couple of opportunities here to get the 1st down, and then 4 downs for the touchdown. Again, a lot of time being taken here calling these plays. You got 1:10 to go in the third. Cassidy checking with his running backs, make sure they know the play call. Under center, turns around, hands it up to Kessler. Kessler gets down inside the 3, down to the 1, it looks like. So that'll be 1st and goal, Wolverines from the 1-yard line.
A powerful run there by Kessler. A quick little pile up. And it will be 1st and goal for the Wolverines. A real opportunity to shine and get some more points on the board.
See if they can get one more playoff here in the third quarter. Again, Cassidy going to the sideline to get the play call. Take a lot of time off the clock. They ran that last play with 1:09 when the ball was snapped. So it's going to take a whole minute before they snap this ball again. Turns around, hands it off to Kessler. Kessler's in for the touchdown. Touchdown Wolverines. So Kessler didn't get it the first time, but he got it the second time. No flags in the play. So that'll make it 30-12. Wolverines trail by 18. 8 seconds to go here in the third.
And the Wolverines really had to work for that one. Getting their first touchdown taken away from them. And you have to wonder, are the Wolverines going to go for 2 or go for the field goal? And it looks like they're going to go for 2, considering that Luke Cassidy has made his way back out onto the field.
All right, they are indeed going for 2, Mike. Turns around, hands it off to Kessler. Kessler doesn't look like he got it. No, he did. He did get it. Thought he was short, but they're signaling it's good. So the 2-point conversion is good, and that'll make it 30-14. Griswold trails by 16.
And a good call by the Wolverines to go for 2 on that play brings us a little bit closer with still 1 quarter to go. Anything can happen here.
Well, what that does is put it within 2 scores, because if they get touchdown and 2-point conversions each time, it will tie the ball game. All right, 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Wolverines get their second score, trail 30-14. They'll kick it off to the Whippets. We have seen a kickoff return for a touchdown tonight from Windham, when Villa Lane went around the right side, down that sideline for 69 yards.
And this is where we've seen the Wolverines have a little bit of trouble on the kick return, with their defenders being spaced out, not having enough time to get to the Whippets offensive guys and their kick returners. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a squib kick here. Perhaps lessen the chance for the Whippets to return for a touchdown.
Do you dare do an onside? Catch them off guard.
I was thinking about that. I mean, as I just did say, anything can happen here in Connecticut high school football.
Here we go. Staniski does that. Looks like it's an onside kick up the middle. Fielded by the Whippets. Oh, coming around the corner. Windham gets into Wolverine territory down to the 46. That was a nice fielding of that ball by Victor Mejia. And he went around the left-hand side for about 20 yards, bringing it into Wolverine territory.
And as I imagined, they did go with the squib kick, which was almost a disaster for the Wolverines. A lot of space on the left side of the field, but a great job by the Wolverines defense making the tackle, making the stop, and preventing what would have been a touchdown possibly.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. At the end of 3, Windham 30, Griswold 14. And Windham will have the ball on the Wolverines 44 to start the fourth quarter. My assumption here, Mike, is that they're just going to try to keep running the ball. Clock is their friend. See how much time they can take off each drive.
And that might not be a bad strategy by the Whippets. We've seen it before throughout the season, other teams using that against the Wolverines. But you never know. They might surprise us. They might get the ball in the air. But we'll see what's going to happen with the story.
Any score updates, Mike?
Killingly 47-13 final.
All right. Another win for Killingly, 47-13, the final tonight over Montville. And that is who we'll see next week. Killingly we will host in Griswold next week.
Should be.
And Ledyard and Stonington are tied at 6 at the half.
Ledyard, Stonington 6-6 at halftime. Killingly was ranked number 2 in Class M coming into this week, but number 10 in the state. All right, here we go. Smay under center. Sends Villa Lane in motion. Turns around, hands off. I don't know if that was a broken play or if that was intentional, but Smay gets around the outside for a first down. He'll get it inside the 35, down to the 34, 33-yard line.
And the second run that we've seen Zachary Robinson Smay make in this ball game. In the very first quarter, he tried to do a hurdle but was tackled. So Zachary being able to be not only a mobile quarterback, but a slot quarterback as well.
Windham huddling up, calling the play here. 11:54 to go in the game. We're in the fourth quarter. Windham 30, Griswold 14. Smay telling Solinsky, go to the other side, so he does. 2 receivers to the left. Snaps the ball. He rolls a little bit to his left, throws it that way. It's a jump ball, and it falls incomplete.
and Ethan Frazier just missing what would have been a possible interception by a few feet.
Looks like Julian Cruz was the intended receiver on that one. Nope, my bad. I read that number wrong. It was 11. Montique Custodio. Why is it that 80 songs always pop into my head when I hear certain things? Custodio, like Susudio.
Our producer Mike over here, a big 80s guy. Isn't that right, Mike? Big 80s guy?
All right, here we go. Zielinski in motion, right to left. And there's a whistle. False start. It's going to be on Windham. So that'll set them back 5 and make it 2nd and 15. Certainly, if you're the Whippets, it's not what you wanted to see. Again, not quite sure why passing that ball and taking the chance you're stopping the clock. I just keep running the ball.
I think
Keep
they're
running the
still
ball.
trying to put a score up on the board because, after all, it is a very close game still, just down by 2. They want to shut this thing out in front of their home crowd. And I believe this is the Whippets' homecoming game, so still looking to put on a performance for the home faithful.
It is Windham homecoming night. They did do the Kings and Queens at halftime. There's a snap. Smay rolls to his left, gets it out on the left-hand side. Can't see who that was. I think that was number 28. Yes, indeed. It looks like he got a first down there.
Victor Mejia, it looks like.
Victor Mejia. And that is a first down at their own 22.
The ball once again going through the hands of Ethan Frazier, I believe.
Not their own 22.
Almost trying to
Griswold's
think that
22. My bad. Yes, it looked like Frazier had a shot at that, but went over his hands. Smay takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking for someone. He's got, almost picked off. Nice play there by Palillo. He had Villa Lane there, but Palillo cut in front of him. Had a chance to nab that, but went through his hands. Rolls incomplete.
And it looked with the bang play, to say the least. It looked like that ball, after the deflection, almost had a chance to go back into the hands of Villafane, which would have given them a first down.
And we've got under 11 minutes to go here in the game. 30 Windham, 14 Griswold. Windham breaks the huddle. Smay sending Zielinski right to left. He hands it off. That's going to be Villa Lane to the right side, and he's brought down by Rubino there.
And a nice rat by Rubino. And it looks like that was also Josh Turner. The two of them teaming up together like Batman and Robin to potentially stop the Whippets from scoring another touchdown.
And that'll bring up 3rd and about 2 for the Whippets. That'll be a quarterback sneak. He keeps it. Smay, it looks like he's short. I believe they are marking him about a yard short. Indeed, they are. So that'll bring up 4th down and a long one. Under 10 minutes here to go in the game. Windham leads 30-14 over Griswold. And they're going to go for a field goal here. That'll make it a 3-score game if they convert. Chase Collins in the kick. Looks like he's got a good leg on the extra points. Oh, it's blocked. Windham does pick it up, but it tackled immediately. So they'll turn it over to Griswold. Griswold will have it at about the 15-yard line.
And it looks like we have an injured player on the play. Looks like a whippet is down.
That looks like Villa Lane. 22.
22 is
Yeah, it's
Villa
hard,
Lane,
hard
yes.
to read some of those names with the print is a little smudged on some of these.
I believe that was the Wolverines' second block of the game.
Villa Fane. All right. Well, they're 10 in the Villa Fane. Both teams are with their coaching staffs near the sideline. So that was a blocked kick there by Griswold. So the special teams play by Griswold. Second block. They blocked a punt earlier tonight as well. So let's see if they got anything left in the tank here with 9:25 to go, down by 16. Going to need a quick score here to give them a chance to come back.
One takeaway from this game, I think that we can say, is that the cobwebs have seemingly been knocked off of the Griswold's defense, and they really showed a great prowess throughout this game, closing in on the gaps. They still have a little bit trouble with the kickoffs, but other than that, I really like what I see on the Griswold defense and even their offense, getting their wide receivers and tight ends finally involved in the game.
Yeah, the defense has only given up 14 points. Again, if you're joining us late, Griswold scored first, 29-yard scamper by Kessler for a touchdown with 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And then on the ensuing kickoff, Windham took it back 69 yards with Jaden Villafane, and they went converted on the 2-point conversion to go up 8-6 because Griswold had missed their 2-point conversion. Then there was a fumble recovery early in the second half by Windham for a touchdown. The 2-point conversion was good, so they went up 16-6.
You think about it, if you didn't fumble on the 13, the previous, it very well could be 23-21 right now.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, what if?
Yeah, I know.
Just some common mistakes, though, that you can clean up in practices. So, I mean, this is their only second game in, I think, 4 weeks or so? Almost a month. So, I mean, they've had a lot of chances to clean everything up in practice. And hopefully this coming week, they'll be able to clean things up once again before we face Killenly at home under the lights with our good friend Dracula. For those of you that don't know what Dracula is, it's the light post, I think, that you call it.
Cassidy back to pass. He's getting pressure. Steps up. He's going to be brought down all the way back inside the 10.
And you have to wonder why Cassidy didn't get rid of the ball on that last play to avoid being sacked, which would then lead to a loss of yards, excuse me. 80s hair, Hal.
So you call the pole Dracula?
Dracula.
Wouldn't it be more like Frankenstein?
Well, here's
big metal bolts, doesn't move well.
Well, here's the thing. Most people don't know that Jewett City, Connecticut, Griswold is the vampire capital of the world. Iron, steel being filled with mercury, which also is in blood. I mean, I don't know. I think the name fits pretty well.
The vampire capital of the world.
It is Halloween also.
Who gave it that name? Ay.
I'm no historian. I just heard through the grapevine.
Oh, there's a flag.
And
Is it delay a game?
It looks like it might have been a false start.
Delay a game.
Oh, it is a delay
a game. The umpire threw the flag, so right away. I'm sorry, the back judge threw the flag right away, so he keeps the play clock. All right, so now it's second and a country mile. Cassidy under center. Kessler in motion left to right. Cassidy turns around and hands off. It's not going to go anywhere. May have lost a yard or two. Not what you're looking for when you're trying to score quickly. You just keep going backward. Oh, he got tackled at like the 1. So they got to be very careful here. Oh, no, now they're moving the ball up at the 3. Okay. So 3rd down and 24 would be my guess at this point.
It looks like that's what it's going to be. So I assume that the Wolverines are going to get the ball in the air this time just to give them a better chance at getting more yards. Although Kessler has some powerful feet. He's got horse legs.
Kessler just came out hobbling. So he went to the sideline. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was somebody else. There is Kessler. And I figured they'd run the ball because the last thing you want is an interception, pick 6 here. So keeping it on the ground, and now they'll probably punt it away, I would be my guess.
Honestly, with 7 minutes left and being down by 2 touchdowns, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it.
If they go for it, that would be silly. Because if they don't get it, Windham has the ball in excellent field position. Now, who that is limping coming back on? Oh, Josh Turner. That's why it threw me off.
And it looks like
11 and 12.
It looks like they are going to punt the ball.
All right, Turner's back to punt it. Gets a snap, gets it away. Nice high punt. Bounces, takes a Griswold bounce, and they'll down it at about the 40. So Windham will have the ball at the Griswold 40 with 6:20 to go here in the game. 6:23 to go here in the game. Windham up by 16, 30-14.
And that ended up being a very good punt by Josh Turner. Defenders letting the ball roll a few extra yards. It looks like it's going to be at the 44, right I guess you could say.
Right on the 40.
40, right on the 40.
Right on the 40. And then his punts tonight generally have been had good hang time. Haven't really been able to return the ball. They're not long, but they generally have taken good bounces for Griswold. All right, Smay. Moving his players around. And here we go. Takes a snap, turns around, hands it off inside to Mejia. Mejia gets stuffed at the line.
And it looks like that might even been a loss of 1 yard, possibly. We'll see where the referees decide to spot the ball.
And the umpire is going to spot it at the original line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. Just about 5:30 here to go in the game. 30, Windham, 14, Griswold. Smay under center. Puts a man in motion right to left. Hands off to Solinsky. Solinsky over the right side. He's inside, just down to the 30, and that's where the yard marker is. So did he get the first down?
And it looks like it was a wrap by number 22 for the Wolverines, who unfortunately don't have the name of up here.
It was a first down. They're waiting and waiting and waiting, and he finally moved the sticks.
And you can think that the Whippets are probably going to take their time for the rest of this game, just run the ball and let the clock tick away, which can be very frustrating for the Wolverines.
Motion right to left. Smay turns around and hands it up to Mejia. Mejia is stopped for a gain of maybe 1. The clock winds down. Probably be under 4 minutes to go before this next snap. Wow. Windham with a 16-point, 30-14 lead. Under 4 minutes to go here in the game. They have the ball, and they are just running the clock down. 2nd and 9 for the Whippets.
Wide receiver off to the left and the right.
They throw it to the right-hand side, out of bounds. Even if he had caught that, he would have been out of bounds.
Looks like that was Rubino, who has done a great job at cornerback in today's game and on the offensive side as a running back.
21, Julian Cruz. He was the man in motion. They sent him right to left, and he came back all the way across the field to the right. Third down and 9. 3:34 here to go in the game. Smay will take the snap from under center. Turns. Looks like a broken play, but he winds up making it lemonade out of lemons. He gets the first down. No flags. He gets it inside the 20. Looks like he got it down to about the 15-yard line. They'll spot it.
And it looks like that was Robinson Smay's second hurdle of the game. Once again, continuing to prove that he is not only a slot quarterback, but a mobile quarterback, if that, which has provided trouble for the Wolverines defense tonight.
1st and 10. 15-yard line of Griswold for the Whippets. About 2:45 to go here in the game. They have a 16-point lead. Turns again. It looks like it was a muffed handoff, and he just keeps it and gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Smay gets the play, comes back to the huddle. Two minutes to go here in the game. Whippets with the ball, up by 16, 30-14. Smay takes the handoff. Solinsky over the left-hand side. Cuts back inside, picks up a couple. So that'll bring up 3rd and picked up only one, it looks like. 3rd and 8. They pretty much had the opportunity to run it out here. Probably won't even snap the ball until there's about a minute to go.
And if the Whippets get a first down on this next play, that will decisively end the game for the Wolverines, even though it would be very hard to come back with just over a minute left.
And we're under a minute to go here in the game. Whippets 3rd and 9. Smay's just running around and trying to run the clock out. He goes down all the way back at the 22-yard line. So that'll make it 4th and about 15, 16. I don't think they're even going to set the play clock here, so probably don't even have to run a play at this point.
So with 15 seconds to go in the game, Wolverines will lose this game 30-14, although it really wasn't a bad game whatsoever by the Wolverines. They showed a lot of potential, a lot of improvement on defense, on offense. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it done today, but I really like what I see with this team, and hopefully they have a very good rest of the season.
They've got to run one more play because there's 2 seconds. 1 second, 2 seconds left on the clock. It was 2 seconds when the whistle blew, but then they ran another second off the clock. So it was a delay of game. So they're going to move the ball back 5 yards. They're going to have to run one more play. He's just going to kneel down. And the victory formation is done. And the Whippets will take this one 30-14 over the Wolverines. And that'll do it for game number 5 here on Griswold's schedule. And they'll drop to 1-4. The Whippets will go to 2-3. So again, quick recap. Griswold started the scoring off for the night. And Kessler wound up going 29 yards with 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 2-point conversion was no good, so they went up 6-0. On the kickoff return, Jaden Villafane was able to return it 69 yards for a touchdown. The 2-point conversion was good, so Windham took the lead 8-6. And then they wound up, from that point forward, scoring 30 unanswered points. So it was 8-6, and then a fumble recovery for a touchdown by Windham, 2-point conversion, good, 16-6. That was in the first quarter as well. And then in the second quarter, Smay with 2:57 left, one yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, so that's 23-6. And then with 3:11 to go in the third quarter, there was an 83-yard touchdown pass after another Griswold turnover by Villafane to Smay to Villafane. Windham went up 30-6 with the extra point. And then with 8 seconds left to go in the third, Kessler scored a 1-yard run by Griswold to make it 30-12. The 2-point conversion was good. So that's your final score, 30-14. Griswold moves to 1-4 on the season, and Windham 2-3.
Yeah, tough loss for the Wolverines tonight. Looked really promising at the very beginning, able to get that initial touchdown, get the first 6 points on the board, but then Willimantic was able to shut down the Griswold offense. They were only able to score one more time in the ball game, and kind of got Griswold out of the rhythm that they had built up last week against Bassick. And the Whippets in the second half being able to take it. We noticed, and Kevin, we talked about it a couple of times, there wasn't even a score until the last minute of the first quarter. And then the touchdown started coming. Then in the second half, Windham able to take it 30-14 over the Wolverines.
All right, so we turn our eyes to next week. It'll be Killingley at Griswold. So we'll be home for that one. And Killingley tonight won 47-13 over Montville. And Killingley right now sits at number 2 in Class M in the state. And the ranking that I saw today when I was looking at some of the rankings across the state had him number 10 overall in the state. Killingley in the past 6 seasons has made the semifinals of the states every season. They won it in 2017. I'm from Killingley. That's why I know all this. so
the truth comes out.
So it'll be certainly a supreme challenge next week for Griswold, but it is at home. And as Mike well knows, that the games at Griswold against Killingley, even though Killingley's come in sometimes heavily favored, have wound up being good contests. As a matter of fact, I think the year before Killingley won the states, they were heavily favored. It was this season opener, and Griswold upset them. And that was the only loss that Killingley had until the playoffs that season. They ran the table for the rest of the year. So could be interesting next week. Again, as Mike and John said, we did see some improvements, especially on defense. The defense only gave up 14 points tonight.
Right. Well, yeah, we had stated that earlier. The first 2 scores for the Whippets tonight happened on special teams and defense. It wasn't their offense that was getting the points on the board until later in the ball game. So really over the last couple of weeks, this Wolverine defense has really stood up, and I think it's really going to get tested next week against Killingley. And we'll see if the changes that Coach Wilcox has made on that defensive front and with that defensive backfield will hold up.
Fitch got shut out by Fairfield Prep.
Fitz got shut out by Fairfield Prep. Mike Minarski's telling us. Any update on the Ledridge Stonington?
Still
6-6. Okay. Wanted to try to get you some scores before we head off for the night. But next week, Killingley comes to town. A town without a mascot and a nickname.
The Killingley football team.
The Killingley football team.
Is that what they call themselves now?
No,
that's just what I call
No, they went from Redmond to Red Hawks, back to Redmond. Now they're just nothing. So they just have a K on their helmet now, which, keep it that way. Who cares, right?
So
I think a lot of this mascot. What's the old saying? A lot of sound and fury signifying nothing.
Right.
So that's kind of how I boil it down. When you start politicizing mascots, it gets to be a little bit ridiculous. All right, so that's the only other scores we had for you as an update. And tonight, Griswold goes down 30-14 to the Windham Whippets for John Harden and Mike and Mike. You got, there should be a show on the radio. Mike and Mike, that's pretty good, right?
That's what we're gonna say. He's going to the NHL.
It's going to the NHL. All right, well, that's good. I'm Kevin Thompson, and you've been listening to Griswold Football on SNSN.